Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside here inside the Rebel Entertainment Complex in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm Tom Hannafin. He's the Drama King, Matthew Raywalt. There is a lot to process after emergence, and especially after the huge main event. We just saw Jake something getting the pivotal pinfall there alongside the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Sonata and Frankie Kazarian. Well, one of the big headlines from tonight is we know what's going down in regards to the Knockouts World title at Victory Road 1 week from tomorrow in the greater New York City area, White Plains, New York, live on Impact Plus, Fight TV, and YouTube for our Ultimate Insiders. It will be Trinity defending the title against Alicia Edwards. Alicia, who won a 10 knockout battle royal to kick off the broadcast.
And in brilliant fashion, I may add. At one point, we thought she was out of it. She was out of the picture, out of sight, out of mind. We thought she was eliminated at some point. But we found out she had almost been eliminated, rolled underneath the rope, back into the ring technically, and then rolled out under the bottom rope, waiting for her moment to strike. And that was a brilliant plan. You may not like it. It might be underhanded.
It's hiding. It's cowering.
Okay. Did it win? It won. But that's the kind of thing Trinity needs to start thinking about ahead of Victory Road. If that's the kind of tactic that Alicia is willing to do, what is she willing to do in a title match?
And what is Eddie Edwards willing to do to back up his wife?
Ride or die. Ride or die. That's what he's willing to do.
There's been plenty of evidence to support that. Meanwhile, tonight we saw an impromptu matchup that was made earlier on in the evening by Santino Marella. A first-time ever matchup. Chris Saban went one-on-one with one half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions, Zachary Wentz. The Rascals put their feet in their collective mouths, and the Motor City Machine Guns looked to shut them up. Saban did just that. He pinned Zachary Wentz tonight. And you know what that means.
Oh, yes, I know. Potentially, maybe there's something with the Guns and the Rascals, but there's a ton of tag teams to think about. We'll talk about a lot of that, I'm sure. However, Alex Shelley is not, innocent in all this. He got involved in that matchup too. There was a lot of crossfire between the Guns and the Rascals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying. Alex Shelley was backing up Chris Saban because Trey Miguel kept getting involved.
Well, what did he do? He stood on the apron and said, "Go Zachary Wentz." Okay, he likes it. That's
drawing the
brother.
attention of the official at the same time. And look at this.
Oh.
We are being joined here on commentary by the great Tommy Dreamer.
Welcome to the post show, Tommy.
Holler, guys. The post show has just gone hardcore.
Tommy, congratulations. You are the first ever guest on the Impact post show.
That's true.
Yes,
well,
you
Kenny
are.
King says I always interject and get in everybody's business, so why not do it on commentary too?
Tommy, we have to ask you. You said earlier on tonight that you were willing to put your career on the line to challenge Kenny King for the Digital Media Championship, but you were alluding to it. The building where Victory Road will take place in White Plains, New York, is the Westchester County Center. That is very near and dear to your heart.
February 15th. For my 10th birthday, 1980, my father took me to go see my first ever live event. And it was one of the greatest moments or times or a gift that a father could ever give his son. That's where I fell in love with this. And I know I get emotional. This has been my first love, and I'm still in love with it. Just like everybody in the back, we have such a hard-working crew. I had my first ever WWF tryout there. I sold that son of a bitch building out for the original ECW. Did it for WWE's version of ECW. And I took a date there for Valentine's Day to see Demolition versus Big Boss Man and Akeem. That's a whole other story.
You're romantic, aren't you?
I am. Shockingly, she didn't marry me. It's very, very special. My mom passed away 6 blocks from that building. My name on the marquee. Like I said, this has been such a hard week for everybody, and you're flushed with emotions. And if I'm going to go out, it's a perfect place.
I was going to ask a little bit of that, Tommy. A lot of us are flushed with emotions. Do you think emotion got the better of you? I have to ask, do you regret putting on the line what you did?
No. Listen, man, you know this is a time-honored business. Kenny King used to be the most respectful. Kenny King, when I saw him not watching the main event, it got me so mad. I've worked in buildings with legends, and I see wrestlers not offering them chairs. And it's not a wrestling thing. It's if there's an older person in the room, that's what your parents are supposed to teach you. When Kenny and out there, and get it, listen, living the life, it's great. I've done that probably about 3,000 times, but never during a match. Being disrespectful. And I said it to him, like, how many times have you been in the main event? You've always taken cheap shots, and then it's always everybody else's fault. Maybe it's you looking at the man in the mirror. And I could, you lead by example. Listen, like I said, if I have to go out, it's a perfect story. But there's also what if I win? And it's also another chapter in my life. My mom told me, listen, I was blessed, and I do. I miss her. I can't believe how many times I go to call her. And she would always say to me, I got to keep moving forward or else I'm going to fade away. And she was just like, I'm fading away. And then she told me, I love you. And I said, I love you too. If she booked her perfect ending, she did. And she didn't want to, be taken care of. Same with Terry Funk, man. I talked to him up until he couldn't talk anymore. And the one thing he always would say, I'd call him in the car, I'd call him in the locker room for the boys. He's like, this is all I know. I miss being with you guys. I wish I was in the car. I wish I was in the locker room. But he's like, I can't even fly anymore. This ends for everybody. It sucks. His dad died in the ring, dude. This is all he's ever given. I've given everything, and I'll continue to keep on giving. But if there's going to be disrespectful assholes, I'm going to go down fighting with every last breath that I got to. And if not, I'm proud of my career. But there's always a chance.
Tommy, we so appreciate you coming out here and telling us your story, obviously paying tribute tonight to Terry Funk. This has been an extremely emotional few weeks for everyone in the wrestling world. I know the loss of Wyndham Rotunda was important to you as well, the loss of Terry Funk. You've called him your wrestling father. I sincerely hope that what happens potentially at Victory Road is not the end of Tommy Dreamer, that you do not fade away, because we cherish you here in Impact Wrestling. We cherish you in the entire pro wrestling world. And I'll be biased here. I hope you beat Kenny King's ass. Thank you for joining us. We sincerely appreciate it.
I love you guys. I
Best
appreciate all that you guys do.
Thank you all so much for joining us. For Tommy Dreamer and the Drama King Matthew Raywalt, I'm Tom Hannafin. So much to come on our way towards Victory Road.